Alright, so welcome back to Heretic Wargaming. Today we have a battle report against Alex. He is not here quite yet, so I'm just going ahead and starting the filming that way. When he sets up and he's here, we can just kind of get going, right? So I've rolled up mission 3 from the ITC packet. That is the, what is it? Can't remember the name of the objective. I'll talk about it here, but it's the 4 and basically a diamond pattern. The terrain is not set up for deployment because obviously we haven't rolled yet, but yeah. So let's go over to my army for the day and we'll see what I brought. So today I brought something quite a bit different from what I normally bring. So I have brought double battalion and a Supreme Command. I never bring Supreme Commands really. So Battalion 1 begins with, it's a Demon, Death Guard, and Chaos Space Marine battalion. So we've got 3 units of Nurglings. We've got a Dark Apostle. He is marked a Nurgle, obviously, that way he can be in there. Poxbringer and 3 PBCs. The Poxbringer is going to have Virulent Blessing, and he's going to have the Nurgle Prayer, and then probably the -1 to hit. I'll figure it out when Alex comes and I see his list. Over here, we have a Wordbearer's Supreme Command Detachment. So this guy right here is a stand-in for Maul Jump Lord right now. I do have the bits to make one, but I wanted to test it out before I rip apart a model and change him. And so he's got the Cursed Crozius, and he is my Warlord with the Exalted Possession Warlord trait. This is a Smash Jump Lord, armed exactly how he looks there. And then this is a Sorcerer. I have spent 1 CP to give him the Malefic Tome, and yeah, that's him. And that's the Wordbearer Supreme Command Detachment. And then over here, I have an Alpha Legion battalion. So I have 2 units of Chaos Space Marines, 11 Cultists. This is a Terminator Lord with a Power Fist. And I have spent 2 CP. I gave him the Devastation Battery Warlord trait. So Field Commander, Devastation Battery. Oh, over here, this guy. So I spent 2 CP to make these Host Raptorial and gave him the Warlord trait for the +2 to charge. So yeah, this guy got that trait. This, Lord Discordant. I spent 1 CP to, as you guys can tell, I've spent 6 CP pre-game to give him -1 to hit, and so he's -2 to hit at range to begin the game with. So 3 Obliterators and Hellforged Scorpius, Mark and Nurgle. Pretty interesting, 2,000 points. So when Alex gets here, we'll go over his list, deployment, and we'll get it going. All right, so just talked about my list. Alex showed up to the shop. So he actually brought, so these are the pro tabletop objective markers. So these are the things that I actually want to get for the channel. So just so you guys can actually see kind of what we're talking about. So hi, Alex.
What's up, guys?
So yeah, let's go over to his amazing Dark Eldar list.
Yep.
Yeah, so what'd you bring today?
So it's Eldari mixed attachment. So I have a Prophets of Flesh battalion. Urian is my Warlord, so Diabolical Soothsayer, plus D3 command points. I have a Homunculus with my free relic being the Vexator Mask. 3 squads of 6 racks, 2 squads of 7 Grotesques. And then I have a mixed battalion of Azerani. So I'll have a Spirit Seer that's Bealtan, I'll have Eldrad, I'll have Illic being Latok, and then 3 squads of Rangers being a Latok. And then I have a Supreme Command detachment of custom craft roll traits. So they're going to have Children of Prophecy and Hail of Doom. So all 1s count as 2s in the Psychic phase, and then if you're within 12 inches, your Shuriken is -1 AP.
Oh, nice.
But it doesn't like stack. So if I roll a 6 for Shuriken, it's still -3.
Okay.
So I've got a conclave of 10 warlocks, and then one has a witchblade. That in order to buy all those models, it costs $32 per warlock, and I am not spending that right now.
So you just
so I'm proxying my shining spears for the moment.
Hey, that's fine.
They're giant magic wands.
Yeah, and then of course I only have one with the witchblade, so I actually have a warlock in there that has a witchblade to count for that model. One Farseer Skyrunner, and then one Warlock Skyrunner armed bike, and then I'm spending 1 CP to make that a specialist attachment, so they're going to be the Windrider host.
Okay.
And then I'm spending 1 extra relic to give my Bealtan Spirit Seer the Spirit Stone of Anthalon to reroll a failed psychic test. So lots of psychic shenanigans.
So many psychers. And so you have 13 after spending, or is that before?
Start with 14, 1 for the Windrider host down to 13, 1 for the extra relic down to 12, and then plus D3 for Urian. So
okay.
I got 1
so,
off.
and then we got 1,
Yep.
so you got
So I have
13.
13 to start with.
So he has 13. I spent 6 pregame. I'm going to cover my list with Alex because he just showed up. So I have 8. And yeah, so he won deployment. So we're actually using the new ITC rules where basically you arrange the terrain based on the deployment. So we got search and destroy. So there's the middle of the board there. Basically place the edge of these 2 buildings at 9 inches and then just kind of built around that. So Alex is good with it. I'm good with it. He's got to pick which of the 2 sides he wants. And we'll be right back after deployment.
Some are rad ogres.
Alrighty, so we have deployed. So Alex is deployed like that, and I have deployed like this. Alrighty, yeah, I'm actually stretched all the way the hell out, so all over the place. Take it. You get the +1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so let's roll off. Hey, 5 and a 5. Hey, 4
1.
and a 1. So, would you like to try to seize?
Only if you're going to try to go first.
I do want to go first. All right, buddy.
All right, good luck.
Good luck. And we will come back after. Forgot to mention secondary. So Alex took Headhunter. What were they? Headhunter, Recon, and what was the third one?
Engineers.
Engineers. And I took Recon, Headhunter, and Gangbusters because these dudes are worth a lot. So, I'm going to spend 1 CP to move the obliterators before the game begins. Are you going to do your little redeployment thing?
Same thing. So we roll off for that.
Okay, so
I win.
you win. So you get to move your whatever first,
Yep.
which is those guys, right?
Yep.
So,
Well, I can pick 3 units, but yeah.
oh, 3 units? Yeah. I spend 1 CP to do it, so. All right.
Cost me 2.
All right, we'll be back.
Because I can move them.
Hi, guys.
Hold on. Oh, you're good. You're good.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm good.
Yeah. Your red button went away, so I thought it was like that is recording, right?
So it's black.
Yes.
Okay.
That is.
You want me to stop? You want me to stop and redo it?
You can
Okay.
just-
Go.
I'm gonna put it in there because it'll be fun.
All right.
No. So good first turn. I was able to kill a unit of Grotesques. I've never faced the Seer Council, so I don't know really what to expect. Alex kind of illuminated me a little bit, but I imagine I'm about to get a fistful of psychic stuff. So
Probably not.
But it was a good turn. We'll see what happens on Alex's turn 1.
Okay. Imagine that the computer teacher doesn't know how to use a phone. All right.
kill, hold, and 4 gangbuster, right? So, so the end of turn 1, basically I've kind of shuffled around a little bit. Now I know Alex has some shenaniganry that he's going to do, but basically everything went into these Grotesques and killed them. I did split fire the Obliterators, and I used a lot of CP this turn. I hosed down both units of Grotesque. They wiped out a lot of these ones, but these ones over here, I think I only killed 2. So, but I did remove one of his engineer units, which is good. So, yeah, it's 6-0, and we'll go over to Alex's turn 1. All right, Alex.
All right, so after James's turn 1 of shooting, I failed a lot of saves on my Grotesque, which really hurt, being that they're engineers. So I thought the best way to kind of counteract that is just to wrap as much as I can to prevent shooting. So really, his turn now, he's really only going to get to shoot at racks because everything else is characters. So I wrapped up a Nurgling base with the, I want to say Shining Spears, the Warlock Conclave. And then I wrapped up another Nurgling base with my Grotesque, so that protects my 2 big beefy units. I moved them up to get the recon with the charges, so that kind of worked out. So I'll kind of take that second punch and then see where I can kind of drop my Rangers next turn and see if I can start picking out some characters.
Hell yeah. And by the way, I'm a better film.
You know how to use your own phone.
I'm better at camera control. All right. All right, so the end of the Eldar/Dark Eldar turn 1. So Alex has kind of just advanced all of his racks up here. He went ahead and double moved. So this is the stack of buffs.
Okay, so they're +2 to charge, they're +1 to hit in close combat, they were guided to hit, they have a 5-up feel no pain, they have a free reroll, they're -1 to hit against shooting, and they have +1 to their saving throws.
What the hell? First time facing this. So, however, he did make the charge here, wrapped up this Nurgling all nice and tight. Over here, he made a charge with his Grotesques, wrapped up this Nurgling all nice and tight. And yeah, so the score right now, I believe I'm ahead by 1?
2 points.
1 or 2?
I got kill, hold, recon. Oh, 3-6. Yeah.
3, okay. So I am ahead, but he still has a ton of dudes in Deep Strike. And now I have to deal with being wrapped up. Being wrapped up. So, yeah, we will go to the Chaos turn 2.
Go for it.
Did you learn the camera?
I did.
He learned the camera. All right, so we're progressing in this battle. No, it was a lot of fun. I really liked that turn. Thanks to Alex for showing me something that I never knew existed. But yeah, so the turn went pretty well for me, killing a bunch of racks. He still has the big-ass blob of dudes, but I'm slowly whittling down the other stuff. So I'm probably going to lose a bunch of stuff to the big blob, and we'll kind of see where it goes. I will say Hexagrammatic Ward did come into play. I failed only 1 save on my Warlord, and then I went ahead and just auto-passed that, so it was pretty fun. Got to actually use it. So we'll move to Alex's turn 2. All right, so we're laughing because I killed a Grotesque. Anyways, so the end of my turn 2, did a bunch of charges here. Now you see everything missing, right? So Alex kind of he alluded to the fact that he was going to do this, but really I had no other choice. Bamboozled. So if the Seer Council interrupts, right? They have the, is it Bealtan? Or
No. So it's the Windrider host stratagem.
Windrider host.
Exactly after they fight, they can move as if it was the movement.
Right. So if he interrupts, then they can move away for another 2 CP. So basically he spent 4 CP to do it, but he swung first, didn't do any wounds, then bounced away 22 inches over to this side of the table. So now the results of all the I was able to blow off the 2 units of racks here, but the results of the combats is literally blow off. Literally, I lost a Nurgling and he lost a Grotesque. Yeah, and he made all of his 3-up invulnerable saves over here, using rerolls and blah 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 blah. So fun. A lot of fun. But yeah, right now the score is 8-3, and we will move to Alex's turn 2, where all of these damn buffs hopefully don't get off. I have no hope, but we'll see.
Good. All right, so turn 2, I dropped a bunch of my Rangers down. They completely whiffed. Dropped Illic down. He pretty much whiffed too, which is fine because they're there more for recon anyway. So one popped on an objective, and then they pretty much all popped in cover. Seer Council backed out in James's turn, and then moved back over to take out the Discordant and another character, so I picked up 2 Headhunter points there. I really wanted to shoot all my Shuriken at the Obliterators, but James sneakily popped that Conceal stratagem. Completely forgot about that from Faith and Fury. So lesson learned there. But I did manage to lock them up being within an inch, so they kind of came into me, swung their Power Fist, and kind of bounced off of everything. So that's what they're there for. That's good. That 3-up invuln really comes in handy. So they're locked. James is out of CP, so I'm not going to get shot at him this turn, so that's great. Grotesque kind of moved up, tagged a PBC, tagged some Chaos Marine, so I've really locked up a bit of a lot of shooting, which is good. And then, what James really can shoot at are going to be my Rangers, which are going to be -1, so that kind of hurts the Plague Burst Crawlers. So I think it's a good turn. I'm up by 1. Hopefully I can pull ahead of you a little bit more turn 3.
Who's in that one?
All right, so the end of Alex's turn 2. So his Seer Council came in and killed the Discordant and my Warlord there. And that was about it. And he killed the last Nurgling over here. And that was kind of the turn. Wasn't very much going on, but Alex has moved ahead. It is now 8-9. So yeah, we will move over to Chaos's turn 3. All right, so my turn 2 wasn't too exciting. Biggest thing is we're both tapped out of CP. So even if Alex falls back and does his fun stuff, he can't charge. Turn 3. Yeah, I mean, it was a brutal turn. He still has a bunch of characters. I haven't really done anything. The Seer Blob he's making all of his 3-ups, and I can't really, I'm barely scratching him. I've killed, I think, 3 out of the unit. Yeah.
2.
3,
2.
4, 5, 6, 7?
Yeah,
Oh,
2.
are they only 9-man? I thought they were
Should be a
10-man.
10-man.
Yeah, so 3 are dead.
I only have 2 in my box. Did I not
That's
bring
weird.
10 models?
Oh no, there's the other one.
Okay.
He was hiding in there. So I'm barely scratching him. The biggest thing though is now he's out of CP. If he wants to do all the shenanigans, then I still have my Psychers, both are still alive. So yeah, I mean I still have plenty of firepower. It's going to be a really, really close game though. So let's go over to his turn. All right, so the end of my turn 2. Killed a bunch of these dudes. Last one didn't run away. Big scrum going on here. He killed the 2 Dark Apostle, his disciples, and then I killed the Grotesques. Yep. That was a pretty simple turn. So right now, Alex is still ahead by 1 point. I've yet to get any recon. This
You
is
got your
turn.
kill, so that ties it. And
Yeah.
Then holding an objective, so you're up by 1.
Yeah. Oh, I'm up by 1. That's only turn 3.
Top
2.
3.
Okay. So yeah, we'll go on to Alex's turn 3. All right, Alex.
Okay, so I moved some Rangers around, got my recon, moved Illic. Rangers popped a character, got my headhunter point there. Seer Council did what they're supposed to do, take out the obliterators. They got Jinx off Doom. Kind of ran into like a, what do I want to cast in what order, so that James could kind of pick and choose what he wanted to deny. So I kind of saved Doom and Protect and Jinx for last. So I think, of course, that's what he waited for. So that's good on him. Kind of got into a heated debacle about charging within an inch, but not ending within an inch. So just competitive players being competitive, I guess. But Urian made a pretty decent charge there, locked up the PBC so he can't shoot, and then got in the building, scored my recon point there, and then brought some Chaos Marines with me. So up by 4, looking good so far. Seer Council super buff, so I should be able to withstand whatever's going to come at me next. So we'll see.
Yes, you did. All right, so the end of Alex's turn 2. He has killed more this turn. But yeah, so right now Alex is ahead by 4 points. Biggest things was these guys eliminated the obliterators. There was absolutely no way they were going to live. It is what it is. Then he killed the Dark Apostle right here and made a charge with Urian around the PBC into the building here and then touched the wall, so that way he's locking everybody in. So yeah, because he wouldn't have been able to heroically intervene down. So yeah, that's the end of his turn. So it is 10-14, like I said, and we're going to go on to my turn 3.
Just edit.
Turn 4. 4. Why am I off by turns?
Okay.
So my turn didn't go very well. I think Alex has this in the bag, mostly because I can't deal with the Seer Council. Once he gets all the buffs on him, I mean, he was making 3-ups like crazy, and then there's not a fucking thing you can do about it. Also, on top of it, I didn't realize that there was +2 to denies and cast, so literally I haven't gotten a spell off. I think I got 1 spell off, and that's because he let me. So, so we'll go to his turn 4, and we'll see what ends up happening. All right, so the end of round 4. So, sorry, got it right. 4. Yes. So I killed Urian. I killed both units of Rangers there. Didn't do anything to this blob. I just kind of ignored it. Killed this last Ranger here. And yeah, and then charged the PPC in to basically get on that objective there. So, yeah, it's going to... Alex is ahead by 1 right now?
Yeah.
Alex is ahead by 1, but yeah, we'll move on to the Eldar's turn 4. Go, Alex.
Okay, so really important turn here. Locked up another character with the Seer Council, killed a Nurgling, killed a character, maxed out Headhunter, good to go. Had to sacrifice character to get hold more. Don't really want to do that because he's going to get the Headhunter point for it, but I kind of have to at this point. I've got 2 PBCs locked down, so I'm really only taking shooting from like 2 vehicles and some Space Marines. Not too bad. I think I'm in a good spot. This should be kind of a coast and win, but just don't give up too many points there at the end. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah. Alrighty, so the end of Alex's turn 4. We're on turn 4. He turbo boosted a character over here. So this turn he actually held more, but I killed more. The only thing he did end up killing was my Nurgling. And the dude there, so he got his last headhunter point. So right now, Alex is ahead by 4 points. Crappy part is I have yet to get any recon points. So yeah, we'll move to Alex's turn 4.
Your turn 5.
My turn 5. Yeah, my turn 5. All right, so we're kind of getting to the end of the game. I think Alex has got. It's a really, really tight game. It's a really good game. Yeah, the Seer Council is no joke, and it's. I like the list that I'm playing. Could I have played it better? I don't know. Probably. I think you could always play better, but it's a really good game. I love this game, and it's gonna be a nail biter. So we'll end up seeing what happens at the end. All right, so the end of turn 5. So I killed a bunch of seers and killed the dude over here. Finally got a recon point, and I think I'm up by 1, or we're tied. We might be
I'm
tied.
up by 1 still. And you only killed 1 unit?
Just him.
Just the Warlock, yeah.
Yeah. So I killed, I held, got a headhunter, got a recon. So 4 points.
Yeah, head I'm sorry. I was like,
So we're tied now. Yeah, we're tied. So yeah, we'll move on to Alex's turn 5. All right.
Okay, not much to be seen. Killed 2 things. Killed the character that I was working on last turn. Killed the Plague Marine, or the Space Marines. Got my recon with Urian. I kind of fudged that last turn and didn't quite make it with my Seer Council, so I picked up my last secondary there. Up by 4, so you figure James kills something, he holds something. I'm up by 2. He, maybe kills another character, so that's up by 1. It's going to be tight. I really got to think about how I'm going to do what I do. Think about what I'm going to do in my next turn to really pull out a win by 1 point, because I think that's kind of where we're at. So we'll see.
All right, so the end of turn 5 for Alex. So he killed the last Marine, the Chaos Sorcerer here. He went ahead and moved over here. That way, and charged my Poxbringer. And then he just kind of wet noodled the Poxbringer. And then I think that's about it. So he is holding 2 objectives. I am holding 2 objectives. So right now he is ahead by 2 points. This is probably easily one of the closest games I've ever had. Alex over here, his steam's coming out of his head for me. But no, it's a lot of fun. Whether or not I win or lose or whatever, it's been a great game. And so I look forward to seeing the outcome. The turn could have went a little bit better. I was hoping the Spirit Seer would die, because that would have maxed out my Headhunter points. But it is what it is, right? So yeah, we'll see what happens on Alex's turn. So the end of that turn, so the cultist failed. Spirit Seer made all of the saves and didn't die. Didn't he take 1? He should be at 1.
He took
right?
1 wound.
Okay, so he's at 1. Yeah, because the dice is trapped in there. So yeah, that was kind of a wash. I did kill off the bike dude here, and killed off the homunculus and the rest of the racks, because I realized probably a little too late that I could have shelled them a couple turns earlier. So yeah, right now I'm ahead by 1. I'm pretty sure Alex has this, but yeah, we'll go to his. All right, so the end of the game.
Final score, 24-24. So basically what Alex ended up doing was Eldrad fell back this way. My Chaos Lord was right here within 3 inches of a Spirit Seer. His Spirit Seer stayed there. These dudes over here moved up and then charged and killed the last of the Space Marines there. So a few things had to go right here. We were literally 1 point apart. So basically, had my Space Marine lived, because I failed leadership by 1, had he lived, I would have won, because he wouldn't have gotten a kill, and then he also wouldn't have actually held anything. Well, he would have held this one.
I was already on the objective.
Yeah, you were already on the objective. So, well, the Space Marines are troops, though. Or Spirit Seers. Yeah, but anyways, so had a Space Marine lived, would have held that. Over here, my Chaos Lord consolidated, or actually heroically intervened in, killed, and then actually piled in backwards, and he's just, like, I'd moved him a little bit, but he was just on there, and this is actually what prevented Alex from winning, because he, had that not happened, he actually would have held this objective and that objective, and I would have held 1, and he would have won by 1 point. Pretty crazy. Pretty nuts. So both of us, we were talking, we definitely picked wrong secondaries. So, Alex, thoughts of the game?
The final turn, I knew I had to hold more and kill that unit to pretty much win the game. And the whole time I'm thinking, just move your Spirit Seer out, just move your Spirit Seer out. And then I chose not to do it because I figured in my head, whether he died or not, it wasn't going to matter. And I completely forgot about consolidation and then moving closer to Eldrad, gets him on the objective. So that's just like one of those small errors you don't really think about, but it costs you a game. So other than that, this list is tough. I like the Seer Council. It reminds me of old Yannari, but I'm so sick of like the flyer meta. So that's good.
Are there any changes that you would make?
In the game, I don't know, because when you have 7 Grotesques, 14 Grotesques, you're thinking, okay, I should be able to get engineer points with them, but I completely didn't think about how many shots the Obliterators were going to put out, and I failed a lot of saves on the first unit.
Yeah.
And then I think they had 3 damage to start with, so that really, really hurt, and 1 engineer point would have won the game. So I don't know if I would have changed it, but maybe I would have changed the deployment, or not the deployment, but like moving the racks up here instead of the Grotesque, and then
just kind of bringing them up,
moving the Grotesque next turn, but. You live and you learn, and it's a close game, and I'm going to take this to an RTT this weekend, so we'll see how it does.
Yeah, my RTT. Yeah, I hope you do well. We got a lot of guys from Raleigh coming down. So overall, I felt like the list was pretty solid. We both made some critical misplays. Like he picked, what'd you pick? Engineers with the Grotesques. He thought maybe you should pick something else, and then I picked Recon, which I didn't even start scoring until turn 5. Yeah, 5 and 6 I got him. So, which was critical. Same thing. Like I didn't realize that the Scorpius was just in range of these Grotesques, the racks here a couple turns earlier, because I could have fallen back to PvC and actually had something to shoot. Instead, I left him in combat for 2 damn turns for nothing, just to basically be annoying. And then same thing. Yeah, I mean, we both made some misplays, and Seer Council's gross. Incredibly gross. That's a lot of storm shields. But great game, Alex.
Yeah, man.
Great game, Alex.
Yep.
And see you guys in the next battle report.